Okay, let's get started. All right, some familiar stiff faces here. We're going to get nice and cozy today and maybe have a little breath work. We might flow a little bit. I'm feeling, I don't know about you guys, I'm feeling kind of like stagnant and like need some energy in this midday, so we might flow a little bit, get the blood moving. But go ahead and grab onto your bolster. Place it long ways on your mat at the base of your spine. And we're just gonna go ahead and roll on back. You can keep your knees bent with your feet on the ground if that's comfortable, or stretch your legs long. Okay, let your
Shoes off, man. Oh.
Take your shoes off.
Something, I don't know the rules.
I just started. So take that bolster, bring it right to the base of your spine. You can keep your feet flat on the ground if that's good, and then roll the spine long back. Arms can stay by your side, or maybe you bring them wide to a T, where you're feeling that opening through the chest. And then once you're here, we're going to be here for a number of breaths, so let your mind settle. Maybe you take a big breath in, letting your rib cage expand. And on your exhale, you can open your mouth and let out a gentle sigh. And do a few more of these here in this shape. Just a couple more moments here. All together, take a full breath in. And a complete exhale all the way out. If your legs are extended, go ahead and bend the knees, bringing the soles of the feet to the mat. And then gently rolling off of the bolster to the mat. Nice and slow, bringing your spine to your mat, rolling the bolster out of the way. Keeping your knees bent, you can windshield wiper them side to side. Maybe bring your feet about hip width distance or wider. And then drop the knees side to side. Nice and slow, or whatever pace works for you. And then come back through center and gather both the knees in towards your chest, wrapping your hands around the back side of your thighs or front of the knees. It might feel good to stay still here, or maybe it feels good to gently rock side to side, maybe giving that low back a little bit of a massage. Take a breath in and come back to stillness with your exhale. Breathe in, squeeze your knees tight. And on your exhale, extend your legs long beneath you. Inhale, reach the arms up above your head. Nice long full body stretch. Roll out the ankles, roll out the wrists. And then getting into a gentle side body stretch. Walk your feet off the right side of your mat. Left foot follows. We're curving into kind of a banana shape with the body here. Feet and hands off the right side of the mat. Spine nice and long. Full breath here. Begin to notice where you feel your inhales and exhales. There's no wrong answer. And then as you're ready, go ahead and balance it out on the other side. Feet kick to the left, hands follow. Find that side body stretch here. Long spine. And Another breath here. And then come back to your long body stretch here. Point the toes, reach the fingertips as far as you can. And then bring the knees back to the chest once more. Big squeeze here. Maybe bring the forehead towards your knees, engaging your core just a little bit. And when you're ready, we're going to come up to a seat. So let your feet come to the mat, unwind, and sit up tall here. Any comfortable seat here. We're going to have a number of seated positions, so if you need to readjust at all, that is awesome. Go ahead and come to a tall seat. Maybe blink your eyes closed or focus on the space in front of you for just a couple moments here. A lot of times through this practice, the stillness is what's most difficult. You might find that a challenge today, and that's okay. Other times we think that meditation needs to look a certain way, and all you need is the effort. So keep that in mind as we move and as we grow together. Take a breath in. And with an exhale, seal that intention in. One more breath in. And an exhale. All right, I actually want us to come up onto the knees real quick. You can take that bolster and use it as a seat if you'd like. That's a good option. But I feel like up on the knees, we're a little bit more lifted and elevated through the spine. So wherever you are, we're going to take the shoulders, roll them up and back. Good, nice tall spine. And then with an inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to center, breathe them all the way down. We'll do that 3 times. Inhale up. Exhale, come on down and through. Last one, inhale up, reach high. Exhale, come through center. Good. Place the right hand on the side. Inhale, left arm up and over. I'm supposed to be mirroring you guys. There you go. You do the right thing. This top shoulder likes to roll forward sometimes when we side bend. So maybe you come a little bit out of that stretch, open up, and then feel that stretch just as we were laying on the ground with that side body. Good. Find your breath. Breathe in. Exhale, cartwheel down. Left arm, right arm comes up and over this time. Again, being mindful of the shoulders and the spine here. Breathe back in. Exhale, one more on the other side. Good. Maybe this side feels a little bit more open as you breathe. Breathe in. Exhale, switch. And breathe. Full breath in. Exhale back to a tall spine. Inhale, sweep both arms up overhead. Exhale, hands to your heart. Okay, from where you are, let's stand on the knees. If this is too much on your knees, you are welcome to fold that yoga mat a little bit down for a little bit more cushion. So as we were just doing with those little kind of aerobics arms, we're going to do that same thing, but incorporate it in the legs a little bit, so you have a little bit of hip flexion as well. It's going to complicate things. So your right leg, go ahead and tent it out here. You could do that, or even just find a wider stance. That's a good option as well. Really press through your big toe and your extended leg. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, reach your right arm towards your right leg, left arm up and high. Breathe in. Breathe out, cartwheel down. See how that feels. We'll do that.
Just continue on my leg.
That's okay. We'll come up, reach over using your obliques, your core muscles a little bit. Breathe in and come back down. Inhale, upright, bring your knees together. And we'll switch up on the other side. Your left leg extends. Really press through that inner arch, big toe. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, left arm towards your left leg. Reach over. Inhale, up and over. Nice and mindful here, keeping your spine elongated. Exhale. Inhale, up and over. One more each side. And exhale, come on down. Come up to standing on your knees. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Tuck your toes under if they're not already, and then sink your hips back to your heels. It might not feel the best in the toes, but get a little stretch here for a moment. Bring your chest towards your thumbs with your next breath in. And exhale, come to all fours, working into cat-cow. You can roll out through the ankles, kind of wiggle the toes a little bit if you felt some stiffness there. Bring your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Align your knees with your hips. On your inhale, drop your belly button towards the floor. Look forward and tip your tailbone towards the sky. Big breath in. As you exhale, tuck your chin and begin to roll your spine all the way from the top to the base. Pull your belly button towards the back line and really push your hands into the earth. Inhale, drop the belly, look forward. Exhale, lift and arch. Good. We're going to flow through here at your own pace. You're welcome to close the eyes and just move how feels good for you. If you lose track of your breath, that's okay. Breathe in for cow. Exhale for cat. This flexion might feel good for you, or maybe you try what they call C shapes in the spine. So from your tabletop, maybe you just curve side to side, looking back at the ankles. Working all types of spinal flexion here, so whatever feels good for you. A freestyle moment for a few more breaths. Go ahead and balance out anything that you have here. Take that bolster. We're going to roll it in the middle. You might not need it, but we'll just have it here just in case. From your tabletop, your left, or put your weight in your left hand, and we're going to reach the right arm towards the sky. Doesn't have to go all the way to the sky, just opening up through the chest here, spinning through the spine. Engage the core. Take a breath in, reach up. And now we're going to take that right arm, loop it underneath the left. Maybe you rest here on the bolster with the side of your head. Maybe that's getting in the way. Roll that out of the way, and you can bring your shoulder to the earth, your temple to the earth as well. Take your time. We're here for a few moments, so if it doesn't feel right yet, you can move around a little bit. And if you feel good where you are and want a little bit more of a twist, you can take that left hand, the one in front of your face, and sweep that up and back. If that feels nice to you. Take a breath in. Stay for your breath out. If the left arm is warm back, go ahead and sweep it back forward. Press the left palm into the mat. Raise yourself up. Right arm comes all the way back to the sky. Feel that release. Roll out through the wrist. Maybe back stroke, forward stroke with the shoulder too. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on the other side, so keep that bolster nearby if you'd like it. Put the weight in the right hand. Left arm comes up to the sky. Twisting from the belly button up. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, tuck the left arm under. Maybe left temple, left shoulder come towards the mat. Again, take your time getting set up into this space. It takes a moment side to side to feel what's most comfortable. And if you'd like to, you can take that right arm, spin it open. Two more breaths here. Stay for your exhale. Open down the right arm, reach it up with the inhale. Bring it back to the mat, press the right hand down. Lift that left arm up towards the sky. Release in whatever way feels good for you. And then keeping your knees as they are, maybe you grab that bolster and place it towards the top of your mat. We're getting into fallen heart or puppy pose. So reaching your arms out, 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 keeping the hips high. We're just melting the heart towards the earth, kind of like a playful puppy. That bolster can be there to raise the arms up, if that's more comfortable for you. And find nice big breaths here. I find that this really opens up through the chest and shoulders. If it's tight through the shoulders, maybe widen your arms to more of a Y shape. And try that again. One more breath in. And exhale, we'll come all the way down to our bellies. Give your knees a bit of a rest here. Coming onto your stomachs, I invite you to bend at the knees just for a moment. Maybe use your arms for a pillow. And windshield wiper those heels side to side. Might have a little tightness in the low back that you didn't quite feel yet. And let that go. All right. A little bit more activation here. Go ahead and bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Flip to the tops of your feet and rest your chin on the mat if it's accessible. And now for a little bit of activation here, press the tops of your feet into the mat, pushing down into the earth. Maybe you feel the fronts of your legs begin to activate. And then press all 10 fingertips into the mat. And pull your elbows back. So almost like you're dragging the mat down like this. You guys feel a little bit of something going on? Mm-hmm. All right. And then pressing down all four feet and hands. Lift just a little bit, looking down at the mat, keeping the line on the back line of your body nice and strong. Take a breath in. And exhale, release all of that left cheek to the mat. Arms long by your side. Maybe you windshield wiper the heels a moment. We've got 2 more tries at that, so if you want to try it again, we can do that. Tops of the feet to the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders again. Time to prepare. Starting at the toes and the tops of the feet. Press into the mat, into the ground. Engage the legs. Press the hands into the mat. Almost drag yourself forward here and lift the chest, lift the head just a little bit. Breathe in. Exhale, right temple, right cheek to the mat. Arms long by your side. Windshield wiper if you'd like. Awesome. So you can do one more of those. I think you guys know where you're going. Or if you'd like to feel like Superwoman with me today, you can stretch your arms out long and front. And instead of pressing down into the mat, as we're getting ready here, we're going to, instead of press, like I said, lift the heels maybe a little bit off the mat. And then engaging the back side of the body, maybe lift the hands up a little bit. Keep looking down. Breathe in, lift just a teensy bit higher. Nice strong back body here, breathe in. Exhale, release down to the mat. Windshield wiper the legs if that's nice. All right, and some of you might do this next posture daily, if not nightly, but we're going to go ahead and bring the right knee up to hip height, and then kick your ankle out from your knee, bunch of 90-degree angles, if that's feasible, and then push your knee just a little bit away from midline. This might open up through the hips a little bit more, and then use your bolster or your arms as a pillow. This is one of the most yin postures ever. A lot of us do this naturally, like I said, maybe when you're sleeping. So this one comes more easily with time. So if we had all day, your bodies would soften into the space. The whole purpose of this yin or restorative practice is not to use your muscles. Done a little bit of engaging the muscles today, so I want you to feel this difference here of just really letting go in this shape. Stay in this shape if this feels nice. If you want a little bit more chest and hip opener, I invite you to keep the lower body the same and press up onto your elbows or maybe just the palms, lifting into a Sphinx upper body. Shoulders nice and broad. Ensure you're able to still take a big breath in. And then just maybe on the exhale, you bring the chin towards the chest, lengthening on the back side of the neck. If this doesn't feel good, you don't have to do it. No gold stars today. And then when that feels good, join me in a nice long extension here. Bringing the forehead towards the mat, taking away the distraction of sight for just a few moments. You're welcome to windshield wiper the heels if you'd like to. And just take a moment to pause before we reflect that on the other side. Cleansing breath in and a relaxing breath out. When you're ready, go ahead and mirror something similar on the other side. It might not look the same, but we're going for a similar sensation. So the opposite knee comes up to hip height. Again, try to guide your knee a little bit away from midline, a little bit away from your spine. That might open up through the hip a little bit more. And then go ahead and settle down. Maybe look the opposite direction you looked earlier. If you don't remember, that's okay too. And then arguably one of the most difficult times of class right now, find your level of comfort and then find some stillness. A few more breaths in this shape. If your mind is wandering, maybe just track your inhales and exhales. Just for a few more moments. You want to stay in the shape, that's awesome. You want to find that Sphinx upper body. You try it on the other side, want to try it here. Go ahead and rise up with me. Again, broadening through the shoulders, almost like if you have magnets on the back line of your body, pull the shoulders back. And then if you'd like to, again, tuck the chin towards the chest. Notice if that feels any different. Take another breath in. And on your next exhale, come down to the mat once more. Bringing the forehead towards the hands or maybe on the mat. Windshield wiper the legs if that feels good to you. And we'll take 3 breaths here in this shape. And it's intentional to be face down with the eyes closed, taking away the distraction of sight. So really focusing on your breath here. Let's empty out, make room for the inhale. And all together we breathe in. And all together we breathe out. 2 more on your pace. Full breath in. And back out. And then nice and slow, we are going to make our way onto our back. So make your transition. And then pulling the knees in towards the chest. Maybe stillness feels good. Maybe a little rock side to side feels good for you. Maybe tight squeeze of the knees, or maybe just a gentle hold. And then when you're ready, both soles of the feet come down to the mat. We're getting into a figure 4 stretch. Take the right ankle, hook it over or across the left knee. Stay here if that feels good. Or maybe you bend that left leg up. Find a place to grab on. And then you can sway side to side, or maybe stillness feels best for you. Fill up with your next breath. And release. Let go with your next exhale. Both feet come down to the mat. Mirroring that on the other side. Again, it might not look the same. So maybe just crossing the left heel over the left knee feels good. Feels what you felt on the other side. Maybe you grab the knee or the back of the thigh. And find a few breaths here. And release. Go ahead and windshield wiper the knees once more. Find that bolster. Hopefully it's within arm's reach. Okay, we've done this last one a time before. It's kind of like that supported fish, but instead of the bolster long way, let's move it horizontally. And we're gonna elevate the hips here. So we're gonna have a stretch from the front line of the body, kind of through your hip flexors. Ashley knows where she's going. So you can kind of roll yourself up and back onto that bolster, maybe a quick bridge pose to lift the glutes. And then your choice if you want to keep the knees bent or extend them long. This bolster might go like right at the base of your spine, right underneath the glutes, and then arms can be long by your side or stretch them up overhead. If in this shape with your legs long, it feels like you have a little bit of tension on the low back, I encourage you to keep the soles of the feet on the mat. Take a full breath in. Open up, exhale. Breathe in through the nose. And out through the mouth. You're welcome to stay in this shape or find any other movements that feel good for you to kind of wrap up your practice. If you want to remove that bolster and lay flat on the ground for your Shavasana, bend your knees, press your feet and heels into the ground. Last little muscle activation, you can slide that bolster out from underneath. Slowly bring the hips back to the mat. If you want a windshield wiper, that's cool here. Then find yourself settling into your Shavasana, your final resting posture. Traditionally, that's just a long lying posture, but that can look however you want it to. We have just a couple more moments here, so I'd like to walk us through just a cycle of the 4-7-8 breathing. If you're familiar with it, it's really great for helping relieve anxiety, really good for resetting at any time of the day. We'll exhale for 4, inhale for 7. Sorry, exhale for 4. Yes, inhale for 7. Hold for 8. You know what? I'm confusing myself. Sorry, you guys just read me today. Take a breath in all together. And exhale, settle in. Sorry. We are right at time. So nice and slowly, maybe roll out through the wrists, ankles, point and flex the toes. And then as slowly as you need to, come up to a tall seat. We'll close out all together. And similarly to how we began class, maybe blink the eyes closed or focus on the space just in front of you. And then together we take a breath in and let it out. Thank you for taking the time today for yourself, for building some community with your coworkers, and for just being here. May there be peace in the mind, strength in the body, and love in the heart. Namaste. So it's inhale, hold, exhale. I don't know why